Yeah. What is ASP.NET? What is ASP.NET? Right. What is ASP.NET? Right. Prithvi, tell me what is ASP.NET? Prithvi, tell me what is ASP.NET? Right. Sukanya, tell me what is ASP.NET?
ASP.NET is a technology ASP.NET is a .NET technology which is used to create web applications.
Right. ASP.NET is .NET web technology. .NET web technology. Okay. Why ASP.NET? Why ASP.NET means? So why you need ASP.NET means, yeah, because why ASP.NET? What is the purpose of ASP.NET means? Answer is what? Answer is what? To develop web applications. To develop web applications. Why ASP.NET means? Answer: to develop web applications. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. Now we need to understand what is web application. What is web application? What is a web application? Right. What is a web application? Okay. Already we have seen features of web application. First, let's see the features. Features of web application we have seen in our introduction class. Okay, let me first find the features of a web application. Right. Yeah. Already in our .NET introduction class we discussed about features. Now let's discuss one more time. Yeah. What are the features of web application? Number one, right. Yeah. Right. Anyone can respond. Nivedita, tell me features of web application. Hmm.
Uh, Used by multi-users by using internet.
Multi-user application. Multi-user application means it will be available to multiple users. For example, give me one example for a web application.
Facebook.com.
Facebook at a time will be available for multiple user. Second feature is what?
Internet access.
Yeah, it should be, before that you have to understand, it should be installed into web server. Suppose you are developed a web application for one company. That website, first of all, you should be installed into web server. That installing a web application into web server is called web hosting. Okay, right. Next. And if you want to use Facebook, you require what? Internet connection. End user required internet connection. End user required internet connection. Okay, next. Web application. Web application will have will have special user interface, which is called as somebody are disturbing the class,
VP.
which is called as yeah. Yeah, web application will have a special user interface which is called as web page. Special user interface which is called as web page. These are all the features of your web application. Okay. Now, Chandini, tell me what are the features of web application?
It is a multi-user application and it should be installed in the web server, which is nothing but web hosting. So user requires internet connection to access. So web application will have special user interface which is called web page.
Very good. Right. Now let's see the definition. These are all the features for web application. Definition for web application. Definition for web application. Right. Definition for web application. Let me give you a small definition for web application. You try to understand. Web application. Web application are programs that run inside some web server. Web applications are programs that run inside some web server to fulfill the user requests over HTTP. Web applications are programs that run inside some web server to fulfill the user request over the HTTP. Right. All of you guys just remember this definition. Whenever people will ask, tell me about web application, at least you can give this definition. Right. Web applications are programs that run inside some web server to fulfill the user request over the HTTP. Anybody can explain explain this definition? What is the meaning of this definition? Because whenever people will say web application means everybody will say multi-user should be installed in remote server, end user required internet connection. Instead of that, it's better to give a different definition. That's why I have given this definition for you, which are the two-line definition has the complete meaning about web application. Come on.
I try to guess, sir.
1 minute. So you were all people received my ASP.NET book, all of you guys?
Yes.
I have received, right? If anybody didn't receive, send me a mail. I'll send you the book because book is also important now. ASP.NET book, if you didn't receive, you send me the mail to me. Okay, 1 minute. Let me show you the ASP.NET edu ASP.NET lab. Oh, we didn't. Yeah. Here we need ASP.NET book. All of you guys open your ASP.NET book. Under the definition, you will have one diagram. Just open the diagram, guys. All of you. Check the page number in the ASP.NET book. First introduction. Under the definition, you will have just I am downloading that book. Yeah, whoever didn't receive the book, just send me mail IDs through chat to me fast. I'll forward immediately book. Remaining people just go through the diagram. Definition after definition, whatever diagram you have. Yeah, just
Sir, I did not see the diagram.
Wait. I was just hide the screen.
Me neither.
No, don't worry. I'll hide I hide my screen. Don't worry.
No. In the ASP
sir.
book,
Diagram is
Yeah,
not there.
there is
Okay.
no, sir.
no.
There is no
Diagram.
diagram in the
I
book.
think diagram is missing. Okay, wait. Okay, fine. Definition is there.
Yes, sir. Definition is there.
Diagram is not there. Huh? Okay. Yeah. Now you try to understand the definition. Yeah. So right. Just now I've sent book to remaining people also. Just check it and yeah. So the definition is not diagram is not there in the book. Okay, fine. Actually, yeah. Yeah, this is the definition. Under this definition, we need to have a diagram actually. I think it was missing. Okay, fine. Yeah, let me explain. Our digital board has some problem. That's why, yeah, we have to use the diagram. Okay, fine. I'll show you. Yeah, what is this? Web applications are programs that run inside some web server. So my question to all the people, every day you are using web. Whenever you are using web, what you are doing generally, you will open first what?
Yes.
Browser. You will open first what? Web browser. Am I right, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Web browser. You will open web browser. Which web browser you will open generally? Mozilla, Google Chrome. Just I don't have one right now. Today board is not working. I'll make to work because now onwards compulsory we need board. So we will open web browser. Web browser is nothing but Internet Explorer, Mozilla, Google Chrome. And you will type your URL of the website. What is that URL? www dot or http://www.url of the website. Let's say you are requesting for a website called Gmail. And once you entered this URL, what is happening? A request is going to where server. That server is called which server? Web server. That server is called which? What is that? Server. Web server. So web server. Are you clear? Yes. Now we need to understand what is a web server. Actually, why the request is going to the web server? Because web server is after you develop your website, Gmail or Facebook, that should be installed into some server. That server is connected to the web. That's why it is called web server. Like gmail.com, facebook.com, all these are running in, are installed or executing or running in a web server. Let's assume it's available in this web server, gmail.com. Now your request, whenever you enter www.gmail.com, the request will go to the server. That request is going to the server with the help of HTTP. That's why it is called HTTP request. HTTP request. And what is the web server is doing? Once your request is sent, received by server, server will pick the requested page. What is the startup page of the Gmail? What is the startup page of the Gmail?
Sign in.
Gmail.com.
Sign in page.
Login page. Login page will pick from that and the server will send the login page to the web browser. Nothing but web browser is nothing but here web client. We can call technically it is web client. It is nothing but web client. If you would have a digital board right now today, it will be good. I'll make, actually it had a problem. I'll make it repair because now onwards we need, every day we'll design all the web pages. Now onwards we need, okay. That sending, response is sending with the help of HTTP. That's why it is called a HTTP response. Now it's sending the login page. Immediately login page will display in browser. That is, you will get like UID. What is that? UID and one text box, user ID, and PW or a password and another text box. And here you will have a button. What is a button? Here you will have login button. Login button. So this is happening every day. Are you understanding, everybody? Every day whenever you type www.gmail.com means immediately you are getting login page. The login page is coming from where? Server. So now you observe the definition. Web applications are programs that run inside some, where your gmail.com is running within the
Web server.
web server. That is the meaning. Web applications are programs that run inside some web server to fulfill the user request, over the HTTP. Means your user request is through with the help of what? HTTP. That's why fulfill the user request over the HTTP. Here, here a web server where exactly your application is running, and that is fulfilling the user request over the what is that? Over the
HTTP.
over the HTTP. So that is the story about this one. Okay, now to understand this more clear, I'll give you something. We need to understand. Here you are telling it is web server. It is called web client. Okay, and you are telling web browser. Want to get more and more clarity about all these things. First of all, we need to understand couple of definitions to understand web programming. First, server is what? Second, client means what? Third, what is web server? What is web client? Web browser? What is HTTP? All these things we need to understand. But one important point you remember, for ASP.NET people, we will have a web server called IAS. That I'll tell you now. Okay. Now first let's start all definitions and the above with the above diagram. First, what is a server? What is a server? Second, we need to understand what is a client. What is client? Completely now onwards, every day we'll use this terminology. Better to understand. Anybody are having idea what is server?
Server is a computer in which we store like all the kind of web pages that we develop.
Server.
And
So, it is not only web server. There are various types of servers are there. First, we need to understand server is a hardware or software.
hardware.
Server is a hardware.
Yeah, server is a hardware or software. That clarity is important because I'll also have some assumption. You will also have some assumption. It is not like that. We need to get clarity. What is server? Is it hardware or software? First doubt.
Software.
Yeah, we'll have a feel that server means one machine, client means one machine. It is 100% wrong. Server or client, anyway, anything is what you know, software. It's a software. Server is a program. Server is a program. Server is a software program which runs in a mission by providing services to other software programs called client. Server is a software program which runs in a mission by providing services to other software programs called client. Client. Okay, next. What is a client?
The web page which is displayed.
It is not like that.
Client is a
What
software program which
clear
is
that
used by the end user.
client is a software program. Client is
Which is used by the end user.
yes, which client is a software program
Which is
which runs. A client is a software program which runs in a mission by receiving the services from other. Client is a software program which runs in a machine by receiving the services from other software programs called server. Other software program called server. Okay, yes, right. Okay, na? Right. So I have sent two definitions to you all. So it's better to have an idea about these two definitions. Entry level, na? Right. Come on. Go through it. Did you receive? I have sent through chart. Check your chart box, all of you. I've sent definitions to you all. Received?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just go through it. Just go through it. Better. First, understand. Second, remember. First, try to understand the definition. Second, what? Remember. Right. Okay. Next, yeah. What is web server? What is web server? What is web server? What is web server? Web server.
web server is an application which runs in a machine
That is
and provide.
because already you are telling it is a server. Already you have given definition for what? Server. So that's why we can say simply, you can say what web server is a one type of server. One type of server. It is one type of server. It is one type of server. There are various types of server. One server is web server. Okay. Web server is one type of server which is connected to web. Which is connected to web. So means web means internet. It's connected to internet. That's why it's called web server. Okay. Yeah. Example for web servers.
IIS, Apache.
Yes. Yeah. For ASP.NET web applications, for ASP.NET web application, we have IIS. For Java people, they have a web server called Tomcat, Apache, and so on. Here IIS. So next what is our web server? ASP.NET people web server is what?
IIS, Internet
Yeah, that
Information Server.
see. Second question is why web server? Why you need web server? Why web server? Answer is what? To
Host the web pages.
you can say to host, in bracket you can say to install your web application. To install your web application. So you are developed a website. That website should host into some web server. So for that reason you need a web server called what? IIS for ASP.NET. Next one is why we have to host a website into web server. Why we have to host a web
Access
server?
to multiple users.
Suppose you developed a website for me, or you developed one website for your college. So that website, if it's in your mission, but if you want to make it available to all internet users, So if you want to make it available to all internet users, you have to host that website into the web server. So answer is to make available all internet users. To make available all internet users. Why we have to host a website into web server means to make available all internet users. To make available all internet users, we have to host a website into web server. Okay, we have to host a website into web server. That process is called web hosting. Okay, so for this Microsoft is providing a web server called IIS. What is IIS? Yeah, what is IIS? IIS stands for
Internet
IIS
information
stands for Internet Information Services
Ser-
Service
services.
or Server. IIS stands for Internet Information Services Server. It is a web server. It is a web server which is providing by Microsoft with all Windows OS. It is providing by Microsoft with all Windows operating systems. You will get a web server called IIS. Okay, so that is the story about what IIS. So our web server is IIS. Tomorrow you developed a website. If you want to host, you will go to install into IIS. If Java people means they will install into Tomcat Apache. Remember that point. What you have to remember, to host our ASP.NET web application, you need to have a web server called IIS. IIS stands for Internet
Internet information
Services. It is
services.
a web server providing by,
Microsoft.
that's it. Enough.
All the hosts.
That's it. Right. Next to, yeah. Now
I
we,
have a question here, sir.
yeah.
When you say server and web server, server is within the same machine, sir? Like when your definition of server
That's
says which runs in a machine.
1 minute. Server means, that's why here I said web server means it is connected. Even though web server also server and client both can be in same mission. Right now in my mission and your mission, tomorrow also IIS will be in your mission, web browser will be in our mission. Same mission also possible. Are you clear? When you are developing a website, at the time of development, IIS will be in your mission and a request is going from browser is also from your mission. Both are from your mission. Okay, that is possible. But where you go real time, you have to host that website into some web server which is connected to
Web.
web. And servers are various types: database server, application server, web server. Right now, which server came into the picture for us?
Web server.
That's it. Okay, right.
Okay.
Next, what is web client? What is web client? What is a web client? See, these are all minimum things which we should have clarity in entry level only. Web client, web client is nothing but web browser. Web client is nothing but web browser. What is web browser? What is web browser? My question is, are you using web browsers, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Give me some examples of web browsers.
Chrome, Chrome,
So,
Internet Explorer.
these are web browser. My question is, web browsers are software or hardware?
Software.
Software.
Yeah,
Hello?
yeah. Web browsers
Software.
are software. So finally you can say web browser is a software program.
Which runs on client machine.
Yes. Software program. Yes. Web browser is a software program. Software program Okay, which runs in client machine. Okay, why web browser? Why web browser? Why web browser? Come on. Why you need a web browser?
To view web pages.
Access the web page, web
One
applications.
minute. 1 minute. You want to send a email to your friend. You want to send a email to your friend. First, what you will do generally?
Typing the URL in the
Log
web
into
browser.
Open.
Your
Open
email
what?
account.
In your mission, you will open what?
Web
The
browser.
machine of
browser.
Mozilla. You will open Google Chrome or Mozilla. You will open Internet Explorer. For example, I have intentionally removed all these things from your mission. Means Google Chrome I removed, Mozilla I have removed, everything I removed. Is it possible to send a mail to your friend from your
No, it is difficult.
possible or not possible? Not possible.
Not
Not possible means you observe completely for every day our web related works we are completely depending on
Web
browsers.
browser.
Browsers.
meaning is there web browser means which allows
To crawl throughout the web
which
pages.
allows web user to browse the web. Web browser allows web user to browse the web. Okay, right. Which allows web user to browse the web. Are you clear? Yes. Finally, you
Yes.
can say web browser is a mediator between web and
Server.
web. Actually, just now I have given one example. Your web browser is there, and here you are giving www.gmail.com. www.gmail.com is given by www.gmail.com is given by web user. You and me. You and me is nothing but what?
Users.
Web user. Web
Web
user is giving that request to the web browser. Web browser will forward that request to
Web server.
Web server.
web server. So which allows mute yourself somewhere noise from children. Which allows web user to browse the web. Who are allowing web browser? Web browser duties which allows web user to browse the web. Finally, we can say web browser is a mediator between web user and web or web server. Web browser is a mediator between web browser is a mediator between web user and web server. That's it. That is it. Example for web browsers. Can you tell me examples for web browsers?
Chrome, Internet Explorer.
Chrome, IE, and so on. These are all web browsers. But web browsers can be called as web clients. Okay, so that is a story. But here in the diagram, you are using HTTP. Then what is HTTP? What is HTTP? Right. What is HTTP? Come on. HTTP
Hypertext
for
protocol.
Hypertext Transfer Protocol. HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Right. HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. It is one of the communication protocol. It is one of the communication protocol which allows web browser to communicate web server. Means the communication between web browser and web server is happening with the help of a protocol called
Hypertext transfer.
that is HTTP. With the help of HTTP, whenever web browser wants to communicate web server, that communication is happening with the help of
HTTP.
HTTP. That is the story about what HTTP. Okay, right. So this is a complete, definitions what you need to understand about web programming. Okay, right. I've sent to you all through chat. Maybe you may not. You have received all complete content from my side now. Up to what you have received, guys?
So can you send all the content once, sir?
Yeah, up to client you are going to receive now. Yeah, received up to client all of you.
Yes, sir.
Now again,
Yes, sir.
remaining. Just go through all the definitions. Right, all of you guys go through the definition. Right. Have you gone through all of you guys definitions? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now we need to understand next. What is web page? Sorry, what is website? What is a website? So actually, at the time of developing, you can call it as a web application. But once you install that web application, after your development is completed, your web application development is completed, what you will do, you will install into some, you have to
Server.
some server, that is called web hosting. So once you install into some server, that time onwards you can call it as a website. At the time of development, generally we'll call it as web application. Once it is installed into server, that is called what? Website. That's called what? Website. So what is a website? What it will contain? Website is a collection of web pages. Website is a collection of, come on, website is a collection of
Web pages.
web pages. Website is a collection of web pages. What is a web page? What is a web page? What is web page? Right. Every day you are using web page. Our ultimate aim is to develop what? Web page. That's why we reached this stage now. What is web page? A page which is providing information to the user. A page which is providing information to the user through web is called as a page which is providing information to the user through web is called as web page. Have you seen web pages? Are you consuming web pages every day or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Tell me some web pages. Login page, compose page, inbox page, all these are what? Web pages. Web page. What is a web page? A page which is providing information to the user through web. Through web. Through web is called as web page. But actually web pages are, see, now we are entering into web programming. In web programming, our ultimate aim is what? Developing
Web pages.
Developing web page. That's why we reached this stage. Next to web pages are two types. Web pages are two types. Number one, static page.
And
Static web page. Number two, dynamic page. Now we are entering into our concept. Dynamic page. Dynamic page. Dynamic web page. Static web page and dynamic web page. Yes. What is static web page? What is dynamic web page? Yeah. Static web page and dynamic web page. Okay. What is static web page? A web page which is providing information to the user. A web page which is providing information to the user. First of all, web page means a page which is providing information to the user through web. What is static page? A web page which is providing information to the user without any user interaction. Without any user interaction is called static page. Means that page just will provide the information to the user. No user interaction. No user interaction. No user interaction means just you can read the page, but you cannot write anything in the page. It will not accept any input from the user. That web pages are called what web pages?
Static web pages.
Static web pages. Example for static web pages. Can you give me?
Wikipedias.
Yes. Simple means newspaper websites.
Newspapers.
All newspaper websites. All newspaper websites. like www.inadu.net, tell me one English website, English newspaper, thehindu.com. These are all what? Static websites, because which will just display something to the user. It will not accept anything from you. Just you have to read whatever they have written. Those web pages are called what web pages?
Static web page.
Static web pages. Now, how to develop static web page? How to develop static web page? Any idea? Any idea?
Using HTML.
Simple HTML. With the help of just HTML, you can develop what web page? Static.
Static.
HTML stands for
Language.
hypertext markup language. Hypertext markup language. Okay, now coming to dynamic page. Dynamic page. A web page which is
One question for newspaper. All the time we see that there are different links which take us to some different news or a different page.
when you click the link, it will redirect to somewhere. That is different. Up to that web page is
Static.
very simple. Not see. I didn't see Hindu website, but you take Inadu, just it will display news to you. You can read anywhere you can write some your news.
No.
That is called static. Suppose you take gmail.com, www.gmail.com, you will get first which page?
Login.
In login page, what you are doing, you are giving your input called user ID and
Password.
that is called user interaction. Then that is called dynamic page. Okay, a web page which is providing information to the user.
And so, if there is just one option to search something like on Google or in Wikipedia.
Yeah, if you have, see, if there is a search option is there, means no doubt it is a dynamic page. Otherwise, you can take example of some a web page like Wikipedia, where just it is displaying some message to you. Even though you are able to search something also, it will not come under static page. Just that is the point. A page just which is only displaying the content, like articles, it will have only display that article websites you can see. Just it will not have, even though you may click the buttons, that is different. Navigations you may have. Navigation will not come under a dynamic. Okay, only which will display, not accepting any input from the user, then it is called static. If it is accepting some input from the user, like you are entering something, then it will called again what page? Dynamic page. Okay, a web page which is providing information to the user, with user interaction is called as dynamic page. Dynamic web page. A web page which is providing information to the user with user interaction is called as dynamic page. Okay, yes, dynamic page. For example, for dynamic page. Example for dynamic page. Yes.
Facebook.
Right. Dynamic page means, yes, gmail.com, facebook.com, gmail.com, facebook.com. So these are what? Dynamic pages. Okay. Because which will accept some input from the user. Right. Now, how to develop dynamic page? How to develop dynamic page? Answer by using HTML plus scripting. Scripting technologies. By using HTML plus scripting technologies like JavaScript, ASP.NET, JSP, PHP will all come under what scripting technologies. These are all will come under scripting technologies by using HTML plus scripting technologies like JavaScript, VBScript, ASP, ASP.NET, JSP, PHP. How to develop a dynamic web page? That is by using HTML plus scripting technologies. So if you want to go for a dynamic web page, compulsory you need to go for what?
Scripting technologies.
Technologies. Okay, right. So again, scripting technologies are two types: client side, server side. That we'll see tomorrow. That we'll see slowly later. You can observe one thing. If you want to become a web developer, who is a okay, first he has to update what?
HTML.
HTML. Next you have to enter into scripting. In scripting, you need to understand at least one. These two will come under client side. So we are concentrating what? JavaScript. Next to server side. These are all come under server side. Our subject is what?
ASP.
ASP.NET. Means you have to learn first one HTML, second learning JavaScript, third we have to enter into come on ASP.NET. If Java guys, first HTML, second JavaScript, third JSP and so on. If it is PHP people, first HTML, second JavaScript, third what? PHP. Old Microsoft people like before .NET, HTML first, JavaScript second, third ASP. Okay. Now our journey is going in which way? Come on. First HTML, second
JavaScript.
JavaScript, third
Yes.
ASP.NET. This is our journey. It's going to be our journey. Tomorrow we are starting HTML. Now web programming is going to start. Tomorrow, day after tomorrow, we'll complete this introduction part. Okay, just not required in-depth HTML. Don't take 1 month or 2 months for HTML. Just minimum idea you need to have about HTML, JavaScript. Next two classes, tomorrow, day after next we'll enter into ASP.NET. And totally I'm dividing this into 35 sessions. Every session schedule I may give you tomorrow or day after tomorrow. How the topic, how many sessions? Topic, how many sessions? Okay. So we need to complete the topic wise in the days only. I'll fix time. Suppose okay. Right. Tomorrow and after tomorrow HTML JavaScript 2 sessions over. Next we'll enter into ASP.NET. How many days controls? Next when we are entering into master page, how much time? Web user control, how much time? Edu.NET, how much time? Number of sessions will divide. For example, the number of sessions are not completed in that week. That weekend we will take extra classes. That is my plan. Is it okay, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Now we enter into web programming just now. Okay, we are going to enter. Tomorrow we are going to enter into web programming. Till the time whatever you have written is just console programming. Now onwards web programming. Okay, in web programming also I will not give that much priority for drag and drop. Instead of that, I'll make you to write so many places markup code. You should not hesitate. You should. That is very effective and powerful for your future. In that way, I'm planning the course. Okay, try to concentrate and come back to C#.NET. Whatever we completed, what is the use to complete if you're not prepared well? Huh? Now, how many people are completed the exam? Now onwards, I'm very much strict about what assignments. Otherwise, I'll right click and dismiss from the class. Okay, I will ready to pay your amount whatever pending you have for ASP.NET. I'm sure about that. So that is the reason. Exam we announced yesterday, but I didn't receive much mails from you. I've given 24 hours time, even though you're not utilized it properly. Come and tell me. From top to bottom. Arun, what is your status? Don't leave anybody except without my permission. 30 people are there in the session. Be here. Come on, Arun, tell me. You have to speak. Everybody has to speak. You have to respond to me. Arun, status. Yeah, Arun, tell me.
sir, yes, I did not complete.
Will you complete today? Hmm? Arun, is it?
Sir, I did not complete exam, sir.
No. Can you pass? If possible today. Today.
Will complete it.
Yeah, Bhaskar.
Yes, sir.
Can you send me today?
Yes, sir. By tomorrow I will submit.
Bhaskar. Possible today? What is happening? And you do evening after you come from office you do. Chandini. Next Chari.
I answered only 5 questions, sir. That's
No, you have to write. What is the use? Is it TV9 news? Just to attend class. TV9 news కాదు కదా ఇది మీరు.
actually
I need answers from you all the people for 10 questions. Today night is deadline for you. Okay? Right. Girish.
okay, sir.
I have submitted, sir.
Okay. All you sent to me. Indira next.
Yes.
Indira.
I'll do it today, sir.
What happened to yesterday?
Actually, my kids' school started, so it was kind of busy.
No, you have to take time. Okay? Are you concentrating your kids' homework or not?
Yes, sir. That has become challenge actually.
But it is also a big challenge for you, right? Next,
Yeah.
Kumar.
I didn't prepare, sir. I will send it.
Yeah, you send me by today, okay? Right. Manasa.
Sir, I will send it to you by today.
What happened yesterday? What happened? What is the reason?
Like my Visual Studio is enterprise version, sir. It was expired, so I could not.
Not required even the Visual Studio. You can write your own logic on paper, handwritten, right?
Yes, sir. I will submit in 1 hour.
Okay, Nivedita has some excuse. Okay, Pandu. Pandu, you may not come for a ASP class, I hope. Huh? Right. Next, Pramoda.
Sir, I'll submit tomorrow, sir. Sorry, I couldn't attend yesterday's class. I went to marketing, so I'm not able to manage.
Prashanti.
Sir, I was on call last night, so I couldn't do.
You try today. You complete today. Prudvi.
Yeah, I finished with 6 questions.
No, complete all. Okay. Yes. Right. Next. Punya.
I sent you, sir.
Samikon. Sammy, I think he has sent. Shravan. Shivakumar sent, I think. Snehal. Yeah, Snehal.
Yes, sir.
No sent. Soumya.
Thank you, sir.
Shravanti. One second.
I sent, sir, one OOPS program I did not do. I will do OOPS program. Hello?
Yeah. Right. 7th is sender. Okay. Sriharsha, I think he is health problem. Sukanya.
Yes, I sent.
Senta. Okay. Teja.
Sir, yesterday I have left the class very early, sir.
Okay. I'll send. Shall I send paper to you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Who need paper? Just send me mail. Uma completed.
Yes, sir. I have already sent you.
Urmil completed.
Yes, I sent you.
I have emailed you, sir.
Regarding paper,
Yes, sir. I mailed you.
Vinil.
Mailed you all the answers.
Vinil. Okay. Right. Babu, complete this exam first today. Tomorrow, even though in the starting of your web programming, you will not have that much assignments in a website. That's the reason we will do fight on C#. Couple of days. Couple of days you have to do C# assignments. You should be perfect in C#. Okay. So I will not leave you people. If you just want to attend class, I will attend class. I will not respond for you means no doubt. I'll final your account. I'm sure about that. No more because I need your work because if you will not prepare, even though I have given a great subject also, end of the day my training and others training will be equal. Okay, so that you consider and just get ready. All of you people have to come tomorrow by with exam. And next we are starting tomorrow HTML coding and we'll enter into JavaScript also. Get ready for web programming. First 2 days will be Notepad programming. Okay, ASP.NET is drag and drop programming and HTML JavaScript is Notepad programming. Generally, whenever we want to learn, right guys, tell me, you have to, you are driving two-wheeler right now, but actually we started two-wheeler learning, two-wheeler riding directly by bike, initial days cycle, two-wheeler ride. Initially we were doing what? Cycle, direct bike?
Cycle, sir.
Cycle. See, very simple. 2 case studies. One guy has done cycle ride. Initially, he had learned cycle ride, and the next level he went to bike ride. Second guy, up to 20 years, he didn't ride any cycle. Directly went to bike. So who can ride bike easily? Who went through cycle ride or who went without cycle ride?
With cycle.
Who went with the cycle ride. Similarly, your HTML JavaScript is a cycle ride, ASP.NET is a bike ride. Remember, okay na? It helps lot for this ride. That will be tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Important classes. Okay, thank you very much, guys. We'll meet tomorrow. Right, tomorrow onwards, your session will take 1 hour 30 minutes every day. 5:30 I'll start sharp. 7 o'clock I'll leave you for 1 week, 10 days. Later we'll see. Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
But we prepare the C#. Completing. What is the use of completing? Last batch students, half of the people are on roads only still, who are not completed assignments. Who are completed assignments had 3-4 offers. There is a problem. Last 30 students are there who are done proper assignments. They are 2-3 offers. Who didn't respond properly, now they are still they are in trials only. They didn't get jobs. Okay, that's why I'm very much serious about what is the use of, see, if you'll get the job, you will get better career. I'll also get better people, right? So that is important here. Thank you very much. We'll meet tomorrow. Bye to all.